On Passions, she's the cantankerous Mrs. Wallace, an old lady who's as crafty as she is cranky.
Voila, Mrs. Wallace is ready. So watch it.
To be able to come to a point in my life when I can play these rich, wonderful, layered characters, baby sleeps, and like what I'm doing on Passions right now, it's a hoot.
But in real life, Kathleen Noone is a deeply spiritual woman on a mission to appreciate all the wonders of life.
I do think our role here on Earth is to be the most of who we are, not the least.
Kathleen O'Meara was born in Hillsdale, New Jersey, and raised on Long Island. She was the third of 4 daughters. Her father played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and shared his passion for sports with his daughters.
He wanted all of us to learn how to play sports, so we did. I learned how to pitch knuckleballs.
In addition to sports, her father also insisted his daughters learn a musical instrument, so Kathleen took up the trombone.
And my mother was very nervous about that because she was afraid I was going to get fat lips. Little did she know that people pay to get that done today.
Before long, Kathleen took up singing as well, and though she excelled at it, she knew in her heart she was destined for something else.
Oh, I'll never forget it. Never forget it. It was springtime, and the music teacher was sitting in his office, and I walked right up to that window, stuck my head underneath it, and I said, I'm going to be an actress.
But Kathleen's parents had other plans.
My mother was Ashen. Remember, this is the lady who didn't want me to play the trombone for the fat lips. And she just said, oh, no, Kathy, no, you're going to Trenton State Teachers College and you're going to be a teacher. And I looked at her, said to myself, no, and walked out the room.
But Kathleen gave in to her parents' demands and continued her education. She attended Ithaca College and then West Virginia State. At night, she sang with local jazz bands and was even offered a job with the Jimmy Dorsey Band, but she turned it down.
What I really wanted to be was a classically trained actress.
To get the training she needed, Kathleen enrolled in the Graduate Theater Department of Southern Methodist University. She received her master's in fine arts and headed off to New York. Slowly, she landed roles in small repertory companies, then regional theater, and finally scored some off-Broadway parts. Her career was taking off. At the same time, Kathleen's personal life was about to experience an awakening. Since she was a young girl, Kathleen always felt she had a strong spiritual and psychic awareness.
That's my spirit. My connection to spirit, however you choose to define it. I used to have these strange things happen to me as a child if something was wrong with any member of my family. And if I was a distance away from it, I would break out in this red rash on my body, and my stomach would get nervous and be very strange. But every time it was verified later on something had happened.
One night, when she was in her 20s and living in New York, she awoke from her sleep with a feeling of sheer terror.
I had to sit bolt upright in bed with severe pain behind my knee. And I knew it was my oldest sister, Lynn. And I knew it was a life and death situation. And I immediately went into prayer and just trying to surround her with light and just kept sending out as much as I could for her to be protected and safe. And come to find out, she had been buried alive in an avalanche and the ligaments were ripped out behind her knee. That's why I picked that up.
It was no dream. Lynn was swept away by an avalanche. She was able to dig her way free and was later rescued. It was then Kathleen began her lifelong study of spirituality.